Hello, my name is Henry Christopher, and I'm reading from my nonfiction essay from the winter 2022 online issue of Witness, and it is called Little Lost Ones Over Hillsides. Why does she dream? On a certain morning, the three billy goats Gruff were on their way to a distant hillside. The grass was especially tall and green and tender. She asks, why three billies on a hill? Soon, she's asking more, losing traction on the switchback glissades of her developing mind. She asks until she's out of breath. What is 0? What is less than 0? How do you subtract one bear from many bears? What does 3 look like? Spot the difference? Throw leaves? Is green pepper yummy? What is the grass? Can you put on the nap time one? Do I have to pee? Why do I have to drink milk? Why do I dream? Why do you dream? I do dream. I dream of strong hands. That's cool. I dream of zombies chasing me with sharks. The sharks are walking out of the water onto the middle of the street. They're chasing me. That's kind of scary. It's not scary. It's a little cool, but not really cool. And I wake up and I'm not even scared at all. It's like I'm not even scared at all. Whose hands? I was one of only a few tenants on the houses on my brick road without children. Like most Midwestern metropolitan areas, Akron, Ohio has an unusually low cost of living, and so people relocated, then remained there to raise children, whole flocks of them, and they took them to punk bars on their shoulders and wrestled them in front yards, where the night previous a drunk man with a revolver fired shots into another man's leg. Many of these children suffered into self-sustaining young adults who would themselves attend shows at the same punk bars or fire shots into another man's leg in someone else's front lawn. I used to want children. I had a pregnancy scare a year after I quit teaching at 24, a fine age to start raising some, and discovered this was no longer true about me. How does such a large desire wane without my noticing it? More than the kid in potentia, what scared me was the idea of being scared of the kid. I tried to conjure visions of it while attending my daily life, learning to depend on others, pressing its hands over new growth in an old garden, but none of these little changes seemed meaningful or even possible to me, my life blown out of orbit by yet another pair of imagined tiny hands, and in a month I forgot about these promised compromises. And the tender threshold of conception came and went, and I moved on with my Midwestern life in a pastoral urban neighborhood where every child suddenly looked to me not like a girl or a boy or another, but like immense sacrifice. Gift. The story begins with teaching children. I have been probing into a thoroughfare into this topic, I guess. In the morning, Miss makes me teach colors. She somehow knows my birthday. I buy these in Iran every few years when I go home. A delicate string of hand-painted beads, cat-eye orange, twisted together on lengths of wire. To give as gifts. This one is for you, best co-teacher. I wear it as an anklet, don't want to fade the paint away from the frequency of our washing hands in shin-high sinks, clasping a set of smaller hands to coax them clean, scrubbing down toilet training areas, the cream backs of toddler potties, delicate orange blossoms preserved behind enamel. The girl, who cries herself to sleep since her daddy bought a new house with a new room for her in it, picks at the clasp until it needs repaired. I tell her to pick on something her own size. She picks and eats the leather off my shoes, unraveling it in strips, pushing the furry black flakes past the tender pink lips in deep thought. Miss tells me a story. We flip through lesson plans, through portfolios of hand turkeys, bumblebees, color squares, each red, yellow, orange strip of construction paper woven into immaculate flat baskets, each one representing one child and the time it took us to teach them how to move their hands to weave. In Iran, you learn in school not how to do colors. You learn math and science, and you learn to clean your gun. Your gun. H&K, G3. Oh. They give you the gun, they teach you to take apart, clean it, you build it yourself over and over again until you remember how. I moved to America to teach. I moved to America for my husband. Also, I moved here because of that gun. I never learned how to shoot it. Hemisphere. The story began with me. I fell from the nest. I moved from Michigan to Ohio when my parents unjammed me from their lives temporarily, but it rattled a dry abscess in my ventricles, calling up and down the states at night, trying to rent cars, afford my life, fashioning weird jobs from dust. For a while, I stole what I needed to survive. This is multi-dimensional. For a while, I was emotionally feeble and cruel and vacant-eyed, or so he said. It had something to do with theft. It had something to do with my body. The story began with nothing. It's about whatever it isn't about. He and you walk off the edge of the page whenever I try to skewer you both down to its pulp. He and you are the smallest, and you've gone to the other side of the bridge, over the deep, swift river to graze in greener pastures. As for me, I'm the troll, or I'm the final Billy brother. My grief is too big, and wielded as weaponry threat in casual conversations. I think I'm being quiet, making no noise, but a voice from underneath inevitably bellows, "Who is that tramping over my bridge?" As for me, the story began with me. I tilted on an upset hemisphere towards your absence in the center of a field, mine. The story began with you. You were a vision I had once. And the hooves go trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. Thank you so much for listening to this excerpt. If you want to read my essay and so many more amazing things, be sure to check out the Winter 2022 issue of Witness Online, and let Witness know you love the labor they put in to bringing this to life, free to readers of amazing literature like you and me. Thank you so much to Witness for platforming me. Bye.